Jimmy Circles here with the weekend video on May the 3rd. So quite a rally we got here, and I have to get rid of my scenarios and adjust them or make some new ones. And the title today is Are we going down to make a low or a little bit more up to make a top? And well, this is a difficult situation, and my cycles, they give me some hints, some bias, but we cannot trust anything here. And let's have a look at the 3.5-year cycle here in red. As we see, we are now just about to enter the really bearish part of this cycle. And we do have broken the 200-day moving average, or the 40-week average here in yellow, and that signals that we are in the bearish part and we have broken the moving average, so now it's a downtrend. Most certainly, absolutely, it is now a downtrend. And normally, well, it looks like we have made some kind of a low, and now we have the typical backtesting of the 200-day moving average, which should fail, or we could marginally break it, but then we should turn down. That's what it looks like. And I cannot for certain say what kind of bear market will this be. Is it like the previous one, or will it be a really long and bad one, or maybe like 2015? Maybe just an ABC and then it's all okay. The target is at least down here at the 3.5-year average. But I wouldn't exclude totally that we could have a bullish breakout here and make a big double top. That could as well be very bearish. It's possible. We have to be open-minded here. So let's look for some more clues here, because well, you see, this was my main scenario, that we were to drop down to complete a low here and get the summer rally. But it feels more and more like that we already are there and about to do this test of the 200-day moving average. Similar to back here. Feels like this, but I have found that the normal shape and length of this of such a down leg into a bear market is this green average. Now we did have a panic, an overreaction here early April, which I don't feel that was kind of supposed to happen. It would be more natural with an A, B, C, and this here should never have been there. Anyway, we see we have this often what is almost like a bottom formation, this red wave, and I had a lot of things pointing to we should drop down to complete this low and then get the summer rally. And that very well could be happening, but something else is also possible. This red wave here has a typical length, and it looks like this blue area, or here some averages, and they are suggesting we are just a few days away from a top. But we could have a period with sideways action here, and then we should turn down to get this final low. But the problem is the momentum here. We are going so steep up here. It doesn't feel right. Unless, something has to happen here to crash us down. And there's another thing I showed earlier. We had a geomagnetic storm. Let's see, where is it? Like here? Yeah, a strong geomagnetic storm on April the 16th. And then that often generates a buying panic with an ABC shape, and then we get a correction or a crash. But I've from an oversold condition, I'm not that confident in that pattern. When it happens like up here, when we are overbought and we get this euphoric topping formation or blow off top, then I would be more confident that this is a bearish pattern or setup. But when we are getting this geomagnetic storm down here, I cannot fully trust this. And I can't really see this ABC shape, but it does not always materialize. And why does geomagnetic storms have anything to do with the stock market? Well, I showed you in the video a couple of days ago the correlation between planetary orbits, the tidal forces, geomagnetic storms on Earth, and the stock market. And the possible mechanism here is there's research and work on the geomagnetic fields and their effects on health and sentiment, and that again can affect the stock market. Anyway, this typical setup would suggest a top in a very few days, and you see my 4-week cycle in red here. It actually has a low right now, and now we have the very bullish pop-up phase. So we have something that looks like an inversion here, and that would work something like this. Normally you get a healthy pullback, and then let's see, you get a healthy pullback down. Well, let's use this red one down into the cycle low, and you see a typical downswing. It's a bit oversold, and then you get a pop up. It's a nice upswing. Problem is when you have this, when you don't get this downswing, this pullback, you normally can't get this pop up because market looks overbought, not oversold, and then people are waiting for the pullback. Please come the pullback. They don't want to. They want to buy, but they don't see the setup, and then time is running out, and it looks more and more like a topping formation. And then suddenly they realize, whoa, this is bearish. I don't want to buy. I want to sell, and then you sell around this time. So anyway, let's see. I showed you this 17-week cycle, and the best analogs were these, and they are suggesting we should top out in very few days and then turn down to complete this bottom formation, because the cycle here is still bearish, but these green lines show where we are today. And as you see, we are here. This is a bit similar situation in 2001. And here you see we continued up, and we made a top at the cycle low. So sometimes, especially in bear markets, things can get messed up. So it's not impossible that we go a little bit higher from where we are today, and we are making a top. And that would mean we are not making a low here and get a summer rally. No, we are making a top, and that top could still be like a week or a little bit more away. We could even break this 200-day moving average, and then we get the crash. So that's just something to worry about. Hourly data, we have the rally scenarios in green and blue. We are kind of following this blue rally scenario. So, but the wavelets look a little bit bearish here. But I would be more confident if I saw something like this, and I would like to sell over here. And that would be like a week away, so about that. So we have to see. I have no certain clues here.